Hey everybody, welcome back to What Was Mommy Thinking? My name's Crystal and I'm a full-time working mom of 3 amazing boys, and my family and I live in Texas, and I'm so glad that you are here. If you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the fun, and if you're already a subscriber, welcome back. So every Monday, I do a Set Yourself Up for Success video where we cover things that you can do in your home and in your life to help make your week go a little bit smoother if you're already busy to start with. This week, for the Clean With Me portion of the video, I decided to show you guys the downstairs bathroom and my master bedroom. Yes, I am taking you into the bedroom. Sorry. But I try to pick a room or two each week to show you guys, and this week those are the rooms. So the downstairs bathroom, it doesn't get a ton of use unless my parents are here from Florida. Unfortunately, due to what's going on in the world, that has been far less than we both like, and we miss them terribly. So I try to avoid this room at all costs because they're supposed to be in there. But I did go ahead and go in and give it a really good clean. And by really good clean, I mean light fixtures, got up, dusted off the top of that cabinet above the toilet, the shower curtain rod, like really got everything. As you can see, I took the shower curtain down and bleached it, pulled up all the rugs and washed those and gave it a really deep clean. And then I went and took a shower because am I the only one that feels like after I clean a bathroom I need a shower? So all I did was go ahead and hang up clean hand towels on the little towel bar above the toilet, put a clean towel on the towel rack on the wall for drying hands, and I had put the shower hooks up on that little shelf when I cleaned the shower curtain rod, and I'm just putting a brand new liner on. When I was decluttering and cleaning out cabinets, I found a couple of liners that I had that I hadn't used, so I was really grateful for that and was able to put one in this bathroom, and then I'm going to put the other one in my boys' room because I don't have a shower curtain in my bathroom. So I'm just going to climb up here and hang this back up and give it a good zhoosh or a fluff or whatever you want to call it. And my husband installed these towel bar or shower curtain bars last year, I want to say. I love them. It's one of those curved ones, so the shower curtain kind of goes away from you while you're in the shower, and that front bar serves as an extra drying rack or towel bar when you've got towels to hang up to dry. And now I'm just going to put down the rugs, and I'm going to put them in the wrong place at first and have to move them. But if you couldn't tell, my favorite color is navy blue, and I find every opportunity I can to sprinkle it all over the house. So this bathroom is mostly just white and navy blue. It's one of the only places in the house that I can do mostly white. Okay guys, these are the final little touches that I'm going to put on the downstairs bathroom. As I may have told you guys before, this bathroom is my parents' bathroom when they are here. It is nice and refreshed and clean. Hopefully they will be back very soon from Florida and make full use of it, but until they get here, it is completely clean and ready for them. Since I had the steam mop out already and I had done the bathroom, I decided I was going to go ahead and do the rest of the tile downstairs, which is about 80% of the flooring downstairs. And our steam mop I absolutely love. It's got 2 different attachments for the head of it. One is triangular shaped, and I use that for the bathrooms because it actually fits behind the toilets and you can get that little area of tile back there. The other one is this rectangular one that you see here. I use that for all the other tile in the house, and you can flip it over, which I do as one side gets dirty. And I've had this steam mop for a few years now, and it is my second or third one, and I love it. It is a shark, and I do believe they've upgraded the model since then, but they still have it available. So this area that you see here is our entryway, and that's our front door down there at the end. The room on the right is the room that we converted for my parents. That is their space. And this is a rather long entryway, and we just got the renovations completed on this wall and area here on the right hand side, because that used to all be open, and I haven't quite decided how I want to decorate it. So I am definitely looking for ideas and any suggestions you have. And as you can see, we're redoing the baseboards as well, and that sort of halted, but we've got to finish those up too. All right, let's take this party upstairs. So upstairs is where all 4 of our bedrooms are, and our master bedroom is my comfort zone. So I try to keep it as decluttered as possible. I know right now it looks like a hot mess, but that's because every Sunday we strip all of the beds down, and so you see my pillows and blankets kind of everywhere waiting for me to get the sheets on the bed. And so let's get that done. We do have a king-size bed, and it is a sleep number bed. And I would love to tell you that it's the best bed I've ever had and I'll never own anything different. We saved for a really long time. We had the same mattress for, 13, 14 years. And we saved up, and I wish that I could tell you this was a good investment. We just don't enjoy it like some other people do. My parents have had one for so many years, and they rave about it. Our experience just isn't the same, and that's okay. We will eventually replace this mattress. My kids love it, so I am sure that when we're ready, one of them will gladly take it off of our hands. So I don't use a big bulky comforter or anything super heavy here because it just doesn't get that cold. I use a light blanket, and then I'm a big quilt person. We like quilts on our beds, and I got this quilt as a bed in a bag on clearance at Belk probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I think I paid $39 for the set. And then as you're going to notice here, I think that we might have too many pillows. I don't know what it is about us and pillows. I love them, and we like to have lots of pillows. All of my kids do. It's just a thing. So one thing I wanted to mention about making my bed is our sheet set. We have tried so many different sheet sets on this sleep number bed, and it was one of the things that frustrated us the most because they always pop off. The corners always popped off, and halfway through the night you get smacked in the face by the elastic on the edge of your fitted sheet. And I found these sheets on Amazon, and I will try to remember to link them in the description box below. If you have an extra tall mattress, and even the sheet sets that say that they fit an extra tall mattress don't fit, you gotta try these sheets. They're not the cheapest sheets in the world, but they're also not the most expensive, and we love them. We love them so much that I saved up in my little sinking funds to get a second set of them. So now we have a blue set and a white set, and they have never popped off of our bed, and they're labeled with little tags that tell you which end is a side and which end goes at the top or bottom, and I love them to pieces. Final touches on the bed here is just my big fluffy gray blanket at the end. And if you're wondering about that blanket on top of the cabinet at the base of our bed, that is for my dog. My little Shih Tzu jumps up onto our bed by jumping onto that, and because the top is smooth, he slides, and he would slide off or hit his little face on the bed, and it just wasn't going well for him. So we put that blanket on there to give him some traction. Next thing I'm going to do is move over to my vanity. I clean the mirror, and then I've got a little mirror tray that sits on the vanity that holds my body sprays, and I have a couple of perfumes there. So I'm just going to wipe every one of those individually down, wipe the tray down under the tray, And then the top of this vanity is glass. So I'm going to clean it with glass cleaner. And you might notice that I have 2 yellow microfiber cloths. I use one for the glass cleaner and one for dusting spray. And that's kind of how I keep track of them, is I just lay them on top of the bottle there that I'm using. Next, I'm going to clean my television, and then I'm going to clean the top of our chest of drawers or dresser, whatever you want to call it. Check my air purifier and turn that on. Most of the furniture in my bedroom is from IKEA. The nightstands, the vanity, the dresser, the little piece at the end of the bed. And we bought it about 11 years ago. The headboard I got, I believe, from Wayfair. I think it was about $130. And I know it's IKEA furniture, but it has served us very well. And we're going to hang on to it until it doesn't. I like dusting my nightstand because I keep a couple of things on there. My phone charger, you saw me put my water on there. And I like keeping it dust free because I put my phone and other electronics on there at night, which I know is a horrible habit and I'm trying to break it, but for now it is what it is. So the final step to cleaning my room is to give it a vacuum. So you may notice when I start vacuuming here that this vacuum is a little different than the one I use downstairs. This is also a Shark. I've had it for almost 3 years, and it was the result of me making a run to Sam's with one of my nurses. We had to get some clinic supplies, and I had been looking for a vacuum for a very long time. We needed one, and she recommended this one, and it was fantastic. I think I got it from QVC was where I found the best deal on it, and we have enjoyed it so much so that when the other one that I have downstairs popped up as a Black Friday special this year, I snagged it for the 99 bucks. These vacuums do a great job. They've got a canister in them, and when I empty the canister on Saturdays, I go ahead and put some either Unstoppables, or I use a lot of the Scentsy washer whip beads directly into the canister so that it also freshens the air around as you vacuum, and I just love it. So this is the final look at the completed room. Yes, I've got some pictures there on the floor we need to hang, but this is our little comfort zone. This is our master bedroom, and I really love this space. Okay guys, so as I mentioned in the intro, I wanted to do a couple of different dishes for you guys this week and share them with you. They were stuff that I had planned to do. So what I did this week was I pulled my freezer inventory out of my planner, and my husband and I really did enjoy and benefit from the Janu Pantry Challenge. So what I did was I made a list for the entire month of February based off of what we have and what I thought I could just buy minimal ingredients to get by with. And then I made a list of what I want to make today. Sorry, trying to get that in frame. So for his lunches, I'm going to do the turkey kielbasa with peppers and onions. I'm going to share that with you guys. I'm going to make some egg roll in a bowl for both of us for lunches this week, and I'm going to share that with you guys. Our normal egg frittatas, you guys have seen me make those. If you haven't, I will post a link to that video here. And then twice baked potatoes, which I'm going to make here in just a minute. The decaffeinated sweet tea, the oatmeal, the boiled eggs, the protein boxes. You guys have all seen that before in my prep videos, and that's stuff that I make consistently every week. So I didn't want to keep putting the same things in the videos, even though I make mostly the same things every week. I did take some vanilla yogurt that I had in the larger containers and portion that out into smaller containers this week and put a little bit of pre-measured granola with it, so it would be a really quick snack for us. And then I made some mini muffins for my boys, and I will show you guys how those turned out. So these are our little mini muffins. I've got a bunch of chocolate ones over here, and then I've got blueberry cheesecake over here. And these will be an endangered species. I'm not sure how long they're going to last, but they'll be yummy for the time that we have them. So the twice baked potatoes is a recipe out of my favorite cookbook, and I've shared this cookbook with you guys before. It is seriously good freezer meals. I love this cookbook. As you can see, I get a lot of use out of this cookbook. And I had a bag of potatoes in my pantry that I was about to lose. They were gonna go bad, and I hate to throw food away. Like it's a big deal for me to have to throw something out. So I thought that I would make these because there's something that I can prep and make and put in the freezer, and they are a delicious side dish for a meal, or you can pair them with like a soup to complete a meal. They're phenomenal. So what I have here, and I know it looks like a ton of potatoes, and it is a double batch of the twice baked potatoes. And one of the things that I love about this cookbook is that down at the bottom here, as you guys can see, if you want to make one batch, here's your measurements. If you want to make 2 batches, here's all of your measurements. 3 batches, you guys get the point, right? So they go ahead and do the math for you in case you want to double a recipe or triple a recipe or whatever you need to feed your family. It's just fantastic that they go ahead and do that for you. So the first step of this is to wash your potatoes really well, which I did, scrubbed them with a vegetable brush and dried them off. And then it tells you to use room temperature butter to coat the outside of the potatoes with. I just used a little bit of cooking spray. It does the same essential kind of job. So I'm gonna get these into my preheated 375-degree oven, and these are gonna cook for about an hour and a half. And while these are cooking, we're gonna move on and do something else. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and start on this sausage stir fry kind of thing for my husband, and just start that off by chopping up some veggies. All right, I'm going to fast forward through this part, and then once I get it in the pan, I'll be back on. Okay guys, so into my pan, I'm just gonna put a little bit of this avocado oil. I've already got it heating over medium-high heat. So I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of this in here. And that's about it. I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna let this come to full temperature. And go ahead and grab some seasonings. Okay, so today, because this meal is only for my husband and not my son, I'm going to use a little bit of garlic salt and some Everglade seasoning. This is one of his favorite seasonings on pretty much everything, so I figured I would go ahead and use some of this in today's dish for him. All right, we are cooking with it now. One of the things I have to do once I get this going is to take the turkey smoked sausage and get it chopped up so that it can go in, but I'll do that once my veggies start going. I'm trying to open these seasonings and sometimes they get a little stubborn. All right. I'm gonna grab a little measuring spoon here. All right, so I just got a little 1/4 teaspoon measuring spoon that I will sprinkle the veggies with. And we are starting to smoke just a little bit on the oil, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw these in. grab the ones that jumped overboard. All right. We'll get those going here and make a huge mess. I like to separate my onions with just my little wooden spoon instead of using my hands. I feel like when I get onion and garlic on my hands, like from peeling and stuff, it takes forever. And I've tried all the lemon soaps and everything else. It just takes forever. All right. So while those are starting to cook up, we're gonna get this sausage cut up. Throw a little bit of garlic salt. Over it, and then a couple scoops of this Everglades seasoning. There we go. All right, I'm gonna set those. Set those aside. Clean up my mess a little bit. Not too much. Not too bad. I certainly do worse. And then I'm going to get this sausage chopped up. So as you can see here, I've got 4 meal prep containers back there. This will make 4 meals for him, and he can use it for lunches or leftover nights or dinner nights. All right. Just gonna start cutting this up. I am not a huge sausage person. The way that I like kielbasa or sausage is usually a very not healthy way. Like I like it with yellow rice, or I like kielbasa with baked beans, but they have to be super sweet. So for right now, that's just kind of not in the plan for me. Maybe when I'm in maintenance phase and I have some better control over how much of things that I eat, especially when I love them. But for now, we're just gonna plug along and do what we do. Everything that we do is just enough. Again, please do not judge my knife skills. This is one of those meals that is super filling and delicious, but it doesn't take a really long time to cook up. It's something that you can do in a weekly prep while something else is cooking. Like I've got my potatoes in. I'm gonna whip this up really quick and get it sectioned off. I'm gonna microwave some cauliflower rice that I have and put it in the smaller section of these containers. So he'll have sausage and veggies on one side and cauliflower rice on the other. And it'll make him 4 nice little meals. And then once I get done getting all of this put together, then I've got to bake a package of a pound of low sodium bacon in the oven for those twice baked potatoes that we're working on. So when you're doing meal prep and you're doing a lot of things like we do here every weekend, try and group them together in things that can be done at the same time. Like when I make my oatmeal, my boiled eggs, my decaf tea, I kind of do that all at once because it's stuff I can do simultaneously without it getting too overwhelming or stressful for me. Alright, these are looking fantastic. I'm going to throw a little bit more seasoning in them because they're looking like they need just a bit more. And then we're going to throw that sausage in. Okay. Give it a quick stir. It may need just a tiny bit more oil, starting to get a little dry. But once the veggies are about halfway done, which is kind of what I did here, and if you've never sauteed vegetables before, that's usually somewhere around the 3 to 4 minute mark. I'm going to throw just a little bit more avocado oil in. Give it a little stir, and then we're going to add that sausage. All right, that'll do it. All kids in the pool. There we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward through this part because it literally is just me standing here stirring it, and I'll catch you guys on the end. Okay guys, all you're looking at here are those 4 completed lunches. I've got the cauliflower rice with sweet potato in 2 and cauliflower rice with veggies in the others. So what I've done here is just get a couple of pans out and put foil on them, get the bacon on it, and get it ready to go in the oven so it's nice and ready for those potatoes. Okay guys, so I went ahead and did the potatoes, got them out of the oven, cut them in half, scooped them out. I had this massive bowl that I had to put all of the other ingredients in because I doubled the recipe. This is basically loaded mashed potatoes that's in the stuffing. This is what's left. So I'm going to save this for a side dish for one evening. All that's left to do to these is to put some chopped up low sodium bacon on them and some cheese, and then they get to go in the freezer to be flash frozen. And then once they're flash frozen, we'll individually wrap them and stick them inside of a gallon Ziploc bag and get them going. So I'm going to fast forward you guys through me putting the other stuff on them. And just so we know how they turn out, I've got 3 of them in the oven baking right now, and I'll show you guys what they look like when they're completely done and ready to eat. And we're going to let my kiddos try those out. Okay guys, so the timer went off. Let's get these out. And there they are. Oh my goodness, would you look at that? All right, guys, I'm gonna get these onto plates for my kiddos and call them down. And then I'm gonna start getting these ready to be all frozen up and wrapped up. And this was worth it. Okay guys, so the last recipe that I'm going to show on today's weekly prep video is egg roll in a bowl. I put in some sesame oil in the bottom of the pot. I'm going to add just a bit of wasabi because we like the flavor of it. I think you saw that in my grocery haul. And then I'm going to add 1 pound of 99% lean ground turkey. And I'm going to get this cooking up. The benefit of this is you generally don't have to drain ground turkey when it's this lean. There really aren't any juices in the bottom. As a matter of fact, I struggle to keep moisture in the pot and I'll have to add a little bit more oil. I'm going to season it with some 5 spice powder, which is just a blend. And I'm also going to add in ground ginger, rice vinegar, fresh garlic, gluten-free, low-sodium soy sauce, a bag of coleslaw mix, some frozen broccoli, and a little bit of some chili paste, sauce paste, whatever you want to call it. It goes phenomenal in any type of Asian dish, in my opinion, but it doesn't take very long to get this browned up. And then I'm going to add in 1 whole chopped onion. I'm going to put in a little bit more oil as the recipe calls for. And then I'm going to add in the rice vinegar. And that gives it sort of a sweet but tangy taste. And it also adds a little bit of moisture to the pot. Next, I'm going to add that chili sauce that I was telling you about. And it has quite a bite to it, so you don't want to overdo. You can always add more at the end when you're ready to eat it. Next, I'm going to add in some ground ginger. This is a pantry staple for us. That's why it's in one of my pretty little mason jars. And then I'm going to add in minced garlic. We tend to love garlic here. I tried to leave the ingredients up front there, so in case you wanted to write anything down or look at them, that I'd have them there. Alright, the very next thing that I'm going to do is add some gluten-free, low-sodium soy sauce. I was kind of surprised that all soy sauce wasn't gluten-free and had to learn that the hard way. Next goes in a whole bag, 16 ounces of coleslaw mix. I buy the coleslaw mix that already has carrots in it if I can. That way I don't have to add extra matchstick carrots. Then I'm just going to grab what was left in a frozen bag of broccoli because we're trying to clean out those freezers, right ladies? So I'm going to add that frozen broccoli right in, and then this just has to cook for a few minutes until the cabbage is wilted down and that frozen broccoli is heated all the way through. And while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and clean up my mess as best I can. Put everything back in the fridge that goes in the fridge. And just turn the heat up a little bit to help it cook up. As I said, this makes 6 lunch portions for me, so it's well worth it. Alright, and get that stuff put back in the pantry now that I'm sure I don't need any more seasonings or any more flavors, and it's just that simple, guys. That's it. That's really all there is to this recipe. Just gotta divvy it up and get it in your containers. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video and spending another week getting ready for me. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.